I should. And then you know what? People don't do their shoulds and they get mad at themselves and they what I call should all over themselves. They beat themselves up about it. What changes people is when your should becomes a must. When suddenly the thing you said should happen has to happen. That's when human beings change. It's like if you want to take the island and you're the head of the army and you want to take the island, the most powerful way to take the island is burn the boats. Because if there's no way to go back, it's amazing what happens when it's a must to do something versus a should. That's what makes human beings succeed.
So 3 years ago, I listened to that clip from Tony Robbins, and I quit my job and went full-time into real estate. And here I'm going to tell you what my experience has been 3 years later and whether or not I'd recommend burning your boats to take that island for you. So stay tuned. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear your stories on how you've listened to motivational speakers like Tony Robbins or Les Brown and whether or not their advice has helped you. So first I want to talk about where I was in my mindset and where I was in my job and career and just who I was as a person before I went ahead and set my ships on fire and in order to take the island. So 3 years ago, I was in a much different place. I was working at the Men's Warehouse selling men's suits. I was managing the store. It was my job that I got out of college. And I really liked it. I was really comfortable. I was feeling like I had opportunity to grow, but I didn't feel like I was really reaching my full potential and that I was really challenging myself. And quite frankly, I was too comfortable. And I was in those boats looking at that island. I was in a space and I wanted to get somewhere else. And like Tony talks about a lot, taking your shoulds into musts is one of the key factors for achieving what it is that you want. And so for me, I had a lot of shoulds. I should quit my job. I should go into real estate full time. And when I changed that, I was sitting at my lunch table. I'm on my lunch break there, and I've been watching a lot of motivational videos. And something just clicked for me. I realized that I needed to quit my job and put in my 2 weeks, and I wasn't going to get anywhere in real estate if I wasn't going to actually commit to it. And that was such an important mindset shift for me to take a should or something that I could do. I can sell a home or sell an extra home this year, but it wasn't a must. It wasn't a requirement for me to do that in order to pay my bills, pay my rent, pay my car. And so when I made that shift, everything really changed. And the first year was very difficult, but I remember it distinctly, sitting there, not knowing the future. The future was black. It was dark. I didn't know what the future held, and I knew that I needed to make that change. So I put in my 2 weeks, and I quit my job. And I was staying at my parents at that time, and so what I ended up doing to even add more to it is I got an apartment, and I made it so that I had to pay rent. And so I increased my burn-in monthly nut that I had to crack. And so I want to talk about that in this video, a little bit of where my mind was, and then where I'm at now 3 years later. And I wish I could take a video of myself at that time, right after I'd watched that video from Tony Robbins, but here it is, a 3-year review. So like I said, hope you enjoy. Make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment. So where am I at now? Well, right now I'm close to closing on $10 million of real estate total sales volume for this year, and that's about 50% up from what I was at last year, which is great. I'm moving in the right direction, but I gotta say that first year, right after I quit my job, was really tough. But I was in a space where I couldn't go back, I couldn't look back, because I didn't have another option. I didn't have another job that was going to generate me any income. And when I reached that point of not having any money, and it was about a month or so, I had 5 escrows in place, and it was basically a make or break it for me. If I could close all of those escrows, then I would be in a space financially where I knew that I could succeed. But if I didn't, then that was it. And it really was a point for me of realizing that, hey, I don't have a boat to go back to. And originally this quote came from Hernan Cortez, during the Yucatan invasion, and he ended up burning his boat so that his men didn't have a chance to, escape and retreat. And it was really a key factor for me of really knowing that I needed to not have a boat to go back to. And so that first year was really tough. I didn't sell much in the way of real estate. I think maybe a couple homes or so. But when I reached the point where I had to, I must go work the business. I must make the calls, I must do the open houses. It shifted for me. Now, 3 years later, everything is a must that I'm going to do. The shoulds just don't get done. And I've realized that now, putting it into practice. You can listen to things, for me, I was listening to motivational videos, Les Brown, Tony Robbins, but I wasn't putting it into practice. But when I made that email or whatever it was that said, hey, I'm quitting my job, here's my 2 weeks, official 2 weeks, everything started to go into place. It was like the universe was saying, oh, is Josh real? Does Josh really want to take on this island, so to speak? Oh, well, he certainly does, because he's burned his boats. He has no other choice. So I wanted to share this video and give you a review. As you may imagine, it's turned out really well for me, but that first year, I had no idea. I thought maybe I'd made a mistake by quitting my job. But now in 2020, Men's Warehouse has declared bankruptcy. They're closing about 30% of their stores, and right now I'm close to about 3 times the amount of income that I was making at Men's Warehouse. And so I just want to encourage you that even though it seems like a kind of a silly thing, identify whatever that boat is for you. Now, if you have a family, quitting your job, it might be tough, but if you're in a space in your life where you really want to start that business, think about whatever that thing is that's that boat for you. I know it was really helpful for me. It was that job that I had, that really comfortable job at Men's Warehouse, and that was my boat, and that's what I felt comfortable in. And when I made that decision to burn that boat, so to speak, then my life just changed. It wasn't that I was so much different, it was that I had to do something. And so just encourage you, this is my 3-year review of actually taking Tony Robbins' advice and quitting my job or burning that boat. And right now I feel like I'm on the island looking to take another island, and I can put that into practice going forward, because I know that it works. And even if it doesn't, at least there's some practice in it, and there's something really powerful about not giving yourself a way out and being in a position that you either have to succeed or that's it, you have to succeed. And when you put yourself in that space, the human mind can really achieve a lot. So I want to encourage you for that. This is my 3-year review. I highly recommend burning your boats, so to speak, on that, and taking a go for whatever it is in your life that you feel like you want to or need to, must achieve. And so I hope you all like this video. I hope it encourages you. Make sure, like I said, to leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. Really appreciate all your support. The new videos I make each week. Have a good one. Take care. And if you want to take that island, burn those boats. It's worked out for me. It'll work out for you as well.